What up, troubled one? I'm trying to start something a little different than normal. West Texas, what's up? You guys see me on camera today? Thought I'd try something a little different than normal. How was everybody this morning? My camera's mirrored, so it's not normal. I look one way and it turns my head the other way. I'm not used to being on camera. How was everybody today? Troubled one and Mandy, how you guys doing? West Texas, what's up, brother? Yep, so this is my mug. Just what I look like. Got my new teeth. Looking a whole lot better. I thought I'd pop on just for a few minutes. Let you guys know that I am planning on turning all those sports cards in today. I already called the sports shop. I'm getting ready to go over there and turn paper into silver. Thanks, scrap metal. Still can't wear my bottom ones just yet, but top ones look pretty good. They're almost functional to the point where I can actually chew food, which would be really nice, but you never know. What up, AAA? Well, thanks, Mandy. It took a lot of work. It's still a work in progress, trust me. That's awesome, brother. That is awesome. I have a bunch of sports cards that are all from 2024 and 2025. And so I already called the sports shop. I'm just going to bring him on by and see what he's willing to offer me for him, just to get rid of them. I've got some pretty high end ones too. So hopefully he comes out with some coins so I can go ahead. What's going on, Seven? I saw your mail call earlier. Thank you. I am sorry it took so long to get you that chip. You know, I anticipate you'll probably get a couple more in the mail somehow, or maybe I'll get return mail. My mail delivery and my mail carrier absolutely sucks. That's a good deal, man. Man, I had uncut sheets of sports cards. My mom straight took all that stuff and sold it, never gave me a dime of it, bought drugs with it. So, you know, I wish I had all the sports cards I had when I was growing up. I had all the comic books, man. I had so much shit. But this is my first time going on camera fully. And so I was a little nervous, but I said, hey, fuck it. What's it gonna hurt? Let's just do it. So here we are. We will be live tonight at 4 o'clock my time. We'll be panning with B&B Pater. We'll be doing his 500 sub giveaway. So we'll be panning some dirt with him online and giving away some gold and some silver. So make sure you guys all stop by tonight for that. I had a Freddy Krueger comic and a talking doll. Then my wife threw them away when I went upstate. Ouch. So my sister, no, thanks, Mandy. My sister had a doll that we called Melissa, is what she named it. And it had a motorized head. So it would turn its head back and forth. Funny thing about Freddy Krueger in a comic is my dad me and my stepsisters and my brother and my sister and my stepmom, we all watched Child's Play. And my sister had that doll behind the couch. Well, my dad grabbed that doll and moved it over on the other side of my mom, and she didn't see, and he turned it on, and she looked over, and the doll turned and looked up at her, and she freaked out, came out of her skin. It was hilarious. Hilarious watching her freak out over that. Yeah, it was pretty funny, man. It was pretty funny. She was sitting there, she's all eerie, and that doll just turned around and looked up at her, and she freaked out. It was hilarious. Empty Pan, what's going on, brother? I appreciate you coming by. Yeah, so trying something new, being on camera today. Like I said, I was a little nervous, but it is what it is. I found that in order to, I mean, you can do a couple of different things, but I found that being on camera helps out quite a bit when it comes to people knowing who they're talking to, knowing who they're dealing with. Nah, I can't say I'm going to be on camera all the time, but I will tell you I'll be on camera a little more often than I was before. I did mention that I would be on camera more when I got my teeth. Here we are. Silent Silver, thanks for hitting that smash button, brother. I appreciate you stopping by, saying hey, and smashing it. Appreciate you. So I did say when I got my new chompers, I was going to be a little more on camera, and here I am on camera. Still can't wear the bottoms very successfully. They still hurt. But Wednesday I go in and get some more stuff done. Yes, yes. And I kind of owe that to a lot of you guys. You've all been, I've seen a lot of your guys' faces on your own streams and stuff like that. So I'm just glad I'm able to put a face to the name for you guys. And of course, you guys, every Sunday morning, West Texas cooks breakfast. So, and if you're not aware, normally around 7:38 my time, which would put him around 9 to 10 his time, or 9:30 to 10 his time. But yeah, he cooks breakfast every Sunday. So make sure that if you guys are popping on a live, you can watch him cook up some grub. So he does a lot of that. Talks about a lot of stuff going on in Texas as well. He's in the automotive industry also. So we talk about all kinds of stuff here, Ranger. We talk about silver. We talk about gold. Um, I have a bunch of sports cards over there that I'm going to turn into silver today. And I had somebody tell me one time, oh, I got a bunch of them, bro. They're all mainly football, though. Hi, Donna. So yeah, I've got a bunch of them. I've got some Mosaic jumbo cards. I've got a bunch of rookies. I got Jackson Darts. I got Shadors. I got Brian Thomas Jr. Downtown. I just opened up the other day. I got a handful of signature cards. I got a bunch of sweater rookie cards. So I got a bunch of stuff I'm planning on turning silver or paper into silver today. That was the goal. I made a short about it out of a live, and somebody told me that only an alchemist can turn silver into gold or paper into silver. And so I told him that I was going to make a video about it today. So when I'm at the card shop selling the cards, I'm going to sell the cards, and I won't necessarily be able to turn them into silver like my ultimate plan was. I do have to cover some stuff, so I plan on selling the bulk of all those cards and paying off a couple of things, which is ultimately what I'm planning on doing. But I would have liked to have been able to buy silver with it, but I could have. Can turn paper into silver. Anybody can. You just got to have valuable paper or fiat currency, which is paper. Actually, it's not paper. It's more cotton. It's like a cotton paper blend. It's really weird. Our paper's kind of crazy like that. Physical AG versus stocks. I am a physical person. I hold physical gold and silver. I am a firm believer that, of course, you don't own it unless you hold it. So, just to show, I carry a pocket piece with me all the time. I always have an ounce of silver on me, no matter where I'm at. Okay, I have a pocket piece. I normally carry 2 ounces with me. Today I only have one. But physical is where it's at, Ranger. You can play the paper market if you want, or you can just secure yourself because ultimately, at the end of the day, if somebody switches off the switch and turns it off, you can have $10 million in stocks, but if you can't access them, it don't matter. Well, it's shaky because I'm on my laptop and I don't normally stream from my laptop. That's the reason why, Ranger. So I'm sorry about that. But I'm going to go ahead and do you do silver and gold as well there, Ranger? Because I can tell you that most of the people that are here in my channel right now are stackers and or prospectors. Silent silver, to be honest with you, if it does go down, like, okay, so Surfer was talking about this the other day on my channel. He said, if we see a pullback, it's going to be about 20%, but he doesn't expect a pullback until we hit around $100 per ounce. But that doesn't mean anything because if you know as well as I do, our silver journey has been a roller coaster the whole way, right? So we experience ups and downs all the time. So if you're waiting for a pullback to buy, I can't honestly tell you when to do it, man. There's nowhere near enough physical to cover the paper stock. And that's why I tell you to hold on to it while you can, Ranger. I went ahead and made you blue. You can pop in and out of other people's channels, sub them up, do all that stuff. Share the wealth because those small channels we all have to stick together. We really do. So if there is going to be a pullback, it's going to be around 20%, right? So at 20%, based off of where we're at now, it's going to be right around the same price. That's right. Stack what you can where you can. Fundamentals are a go for AG higher. That is completely true. Fundamentals do say that AG will just go up, silver and gold, especially. Paper silver always seemed like a Ponzi scheme to me. Well, that's only because it was trading for so low for so long that I could see that. You're welcome, Ranger. But let's be honest, this is the dream. This is the time that we've all been wanting and waiting for. Now it's all just starting to catch up. So, whether you've only stacked 1 ounce of silver, 10 ounces of silver, 60, it doesn't matter. Honestly, if you have 3 ounces of silver in your possession, I can guarantee you have more than 90% of the US. And that's just the way it is. What's going on, Susie? So, like I said, you don't own it unless you hold it, right? I hold my physicals. I have a savings account that only has a few $100s in it. This is my savings account. I take all of my physical money, my fiat currency, and I turn it into money because fiat currency is not money. It's a promise to pay. And you know as well as I do, since the gold standard left, promises to pay are nothing but what it's worth. And our dollar is valued drops so much. So much. What's up, life of a gold prospector? Closest coin shop to me is 500 miles away, and I'd have to take 2 flights with crazy prices to get there. AAA, man, I know. You got it rough, bro. You got it rough up there. But honestly, it takes a certain type of guy to be able to live in the conditions that you do. And I'll be honest with you, bro. You're the man, AAA. You really are. If you guys aren't following AAA and everybody else, I will tell you right now. And I've been talking about that too, Ranger. Sub him up because he does great content. He's a great supporter to anybody in the industry or in our field. He honestly, he is a swag king. I anytime I need anything, or have a question or anything, I hit AAA up, and I'll be honest with you. every time I've hit him up, he's come through in excellent fashion. So make sure that you guys are subbing him up too, because one hell of a guy. All of you guys are. You'll be at the Monroe show in February. Cool. One dime is 10th basically, so we can already have. See, that's the whole thing. Now I'm just going to touch on that too. Ranger, humble, full ounce will be soon out of reach for a vast majority of the worldwide population. Do you think they'll go to fractional, 1/10 Roman denarius, 1/10 Greek brother? Oh, so here, this is what I think is going to happen, Ranger. I think since the 1 ounce is probably going to start being priced out for a lot of people, you're going to see a lot more fractionals being sold. Okay. But I don't buy fractional silver. My fractional silver is always in constitutional. So if you're going to buy frac, buy constitutional because you're going to get it back a spot. There's a shit ton of it out there still, no matter what the scare videos you're seeing about how people they're melting all the constitutional. Look, there are so many of them out there, you guys. If you can get constitutional, stack it. That's going to be your best bet. It's going to be your most money that you can stack. And like Susie said, one dime is a 10th basically. So, and you already have fractional silver, so that is 100% right. I know. Stop the melt. I feel you. So AAA's got a few pieces, but they're not tagged. It's a walrus tusk, if I'm not mistaken. That's what he's talking about. Leaf silver finally stacking like it deserves. It's still not, it's nowhere near where it's supposed to be, and we already know this. So I'm sorry about the shaky camera again, you guys. Quarter is a quarter ounce, half a half. Well, not quite a quarter ounce, but pretty close. I've never been one for fractional myself, but I got a feeling it'd be too much for everyday street purchases. Copper was once money in China. Hey, I've been talking about copper. I appreciate you, West Texas. I really do. I've been talking about copper for months, you guys. And then the big run on the bullion dealers, none of them had copper to sell after they sold out. They had no stock. I've been talking about copper for months. I'm telling you, when stackers get priced out on silver, they'll either go frac or they'll go copper. I've been saying it for months. Okay, and here it is. They rushed the bull markets because there was none out there. They could not buy the silver, so they were going to stack something. Hey man, I feel you. I feel you, West Texas, but look at the way the market's going. I'm not saying copper is going to be the next big thing, but I will tell you that stackers stack. And if they can't afford to stack silver, what are they going to stack, man? What are they going to stack? They're going to stack copper because it's shiny, it's new, and it's a metal. Look, it's shiny, it's new, it's a metal. They're going to stack it. I've been talking about it for months. And I get it. Everybody's like, it's not worth it. Copper's too low value and everything else. And I understand. I do. I get that 100%. But like I mentioned, man, they want to stack something. They're going to go to something. That's what I'm talking about, Ranger. That's what I'm talking about. I checked last week. I checked Apex. I checked SD. I checked JM. Nobody had copper for sale. Nobody's got copper. And it's not like I was actively looking to buy copper. I just wanted to see the fact that it went to their first page. Okay, it's on their opening page now. And the fact that they have none. Money Metals, Bald Guy Money was talking about copper. Lynette Zhang has been talking about copper. Look, what can I say other than I feel that people don't want to stack copper, and I get it. But man, I'll tell you. Oh, AI, listen, you guys, power runs through copper. Okay, it runs through copper. So all the robots, all the AI, everything else we're building, it needs copper. So for people to not have any kind of belief in copper is kind of sad because we need copper to do things. Yeah, so Jerry, what's going to happen is they'll stack copper until they can get to silver, just like we stack silver so we can get to gold. It's the way it's going to work. This is my belief. You guys can all call me crazy if you want, but people were calling people crazy when they said $50 silver. You said $50 silver at the beginning of January 2025, and somebody would have thrown you in the rubber room. Okay, here we are, $90 silver by the end of the year. So we are in unprecedented times right now. Very unprecedented times. This is all new to us. We've never experienced anything like what we're going through right now. Can't seem to keep copper at shows. That's right, because it's gonna sell. And I know the Samsung battery shook up the whole industry, and I get that. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. We are literally in a commodities war with oil, with all precious metals. I mean, when China did what they did, they really changed the way we have to do things. And we're like, Surfer was talking about it the other day as well on the channel. We are in a total monetary reset. They're coming up with a whole new world monetary system. It's going to be nuts with blockchain and digitals and all that other shit. So, you guys pull up the bootstraps because we're in for a wild ride. Now, are we used to wild rides being silver stackers? Of course. We're always used to wild rides, right? I mean, it's just the way it is. As a silver stacker, you see ups and downs. You buy silver one day, it drops $3 the next. You buy silver one day, it jumps $2 the next. I mean, it goes up and it goes down. I feel you, Shotgun Susie. I feel you on the digital currency. I do 100%. I've avoided crypto as much as possible. Um, but listen, there's people out there that have been avoiding using debit cards and they still write checks. And those people are very far and few apart. So it's just going to come a time where it's going to naturally, work itself out and people are just going to have to be on board. There was people that were afraid of using computers for a long time. I mean, it's just what it is, what it is. But may know about the AG confiscation right behind it. Oh, I know. I know the Confiscation Act. Yeah, yeah. So keep in mind, if they end up confiscating things, they're going to first go after crypto. They're going to first go after crypto. Okay, and when that starts happening, then all the metals people can start making the appropriate adjustments that they need. But honestly, they'll go after crypto before they go after metals. That means if you trade an ounce of gold for silver, that you would have gotten 84 ounces of silver. That is now worth $90 times 84 is 75.60, which is more than. Oh, I understand. The thing about it is you have to be able to you have to have a place that can do that for you for starts. And if you haven't built the right relationship, you're not going to get those types of deals that you could potentially get. Now, fortunately for me, I have worked a relationship with a few different LCSs around me. So when I'm ready to offload, I know the person I'm going to call. I'm going to call him on his cell phone personally and tell him who I am and make sure that he's good to go and what I'm looking to do. Same guy I call when I'm looking to make a big purchase. He puts special stuff together for me and doesn't charge me a lot. As the GSR continues to go down, it's way better for investing to be than in gold. Uh, yes, yes, but trust me, I have gold too, right? I mean, every successful stacker should have some silver and some gold. And if you don't, that's fine. But even the smallest little bit, I mean, a gold back is still gold. Yeah, so Ranger, there's a lot of stuff going on since we went in and did what we did with Venezuela, and it was as easy as it seemed that it was. I would imagine that our current regime, unfortunately, is going to go on a Risk campaign. Do you guys all remember playing the game Risk? I don't doubt that silver is massively needed, and that's 100%. It is massively needed. I get it. In order for us to get ahead of China with this AI boom, that's what a lot of this is going on as well. We're trying to stay ahead of China to see who comes up with the best AI first. So there's a lot of shit going on. Traded all my gold for silver on 3/18/2020 when the GSR was 128. That's good. That is true, Greg, unless you have premium stuff. Like if you walk in with just normal rounds, you're going to have to go a little extra out of pocket to compensate for the difference, right? Because it's going to pay you back a spot. If you have a bunch of graded ASCs like I do, then I'm going to be fine. They do have to make money. My LCS sells me silver at 50 cents over spot. Depends on the relationship you're making because where he can take a loss for me or break even for me, he'll make money on the guy that doesn't come into the shop all the time. It really depends on the relationship you build. If you build a good enough a relationship, you're going to make money or you're going to come out, everybody's going to be happy. They do have to make money, though. I am 100% right. You are 100% right there. Well, to honestly, Rob, yes, big day for Comex on January 26th. So, like this month, it's going to be nuts, guys. It's going to go up and go down. Remember when they mine metals, it only comes out of the ground in certain ratios. So, when they find 19 parts of silver for every 1 part of gold in these copper mines, and that's a ton of copper ore. Understood. And when they pull gold out of the ground, it has silver in it too. So they refine it and do all that stuff. So they're finding silver and gold at the same time. I used to prefer eagles and maples. But if I do now, like a random year BU Philharmonic, still 3 9s, Institute Mint, etc. I have a few Philharmonics. As a matter of fact, Life of a Gold Prospector has a Philharmonic that he got for me. Yeah, but they're not the same now. If it was actually supposed to, if it actually went to what we actually pull out of the ground, it'd be closer to, I believe they said it'd be closer to 8 to 1. But I mean, honestly, 8 to 1, that's insane. So it really, it's a true question. Is silver underpriced or is gold overpriced? That's the true question. No, Greg, I haven't tried Elemental. But you are right. It does depend on the LCS. All of the eagles I pick up, I mean, literally all the slabbed eagles I have, I've picked up for less than spot. I've been holding on to them for a while, but less than spot. And I got a new one coming too that I just got last. I'm so I picked stuff up December 4th on my birthday. I was on Whatnot. I did a birthday stream, and then I went and I bought some silver at some sites. Well, things have been all on hold for my mail because I had a shit ton of packages stolen off my doorstep. I must have had about, I'd say, close to $3,000 in medals and another $2,000 just in gifts for Christmas stolen off my doorstep from porch pirates. So literally everything has been on hold at the post office. The problem with that is I don't have time off during the week that I can actually get there during business hours. So today I stopped by to go pick up all my packages. And the lady tells me, "Oh, your mail carrier has them. He's going to deliver them today." These things have been held here since December 4th. Why is it now he has them in his truck? Blows my mind the way the USPS works. Yep, you're right, Rob. You are 100% right. So, if the actual GSR was what they mined out of the ground, we'd be a whole lot different. But it's not. But historically, the gold to silver ratio has always been, I mean, through all the times it's dropped down to 7 to 1, but on average it's normally around the 15 to 1 area. Yeah, so you're typing in all the stuff that I'm talking about. We're talking about at the same time. Yeah, just historically throughout the world, the JSR has been a whole lot different than it is now. And that's because of all the market manipulation that all the major banks have been doing for all these years. Yeah, USPS is horrible. The fact that they're a government agency makes it even worse. Do you believe that it's going to go to 701 and stay there forever? Well, I hope that what you say is true. I can tell you with 100% certainty that it probably won't get that low. Well, not 100% certainty. I feel that it won't get that low. I think they'll keep it from getting that low. We could, we could, we could see legislation that forces that. But let me ask you a question. We have a book that the president puts his hands on and swears to abide by those things on that book, and our current president doesn't abide by a lot of that. So whether there are legislations that are forced to do that or not just depends on what our current I really hate to say this next word, what our current president decides we're going to do. Which, to be honest with you, I can come in and fuck shit up really bad and then fix it halfway and be like, look what I did. Yeah, well, when the world is the world currency, when the US is the world currency, then things change things. Unfortunately, Rob, you don't know what our current president's going to do because he'll tell you one thing and then he'll do something completely different in the next sentence. So, like, you don't know what's going to happen until it actually happens. You can try to predict things, but you can't predict shit with Trump. I can tell you that everybody was all Trump will reveal the gold in Fort Knox at 42.22 an ounce. We'll see. And still, even if you did value it at that, it still won't get us out of the shithole we're in. He, yeah, well, Trump hater? No, I hate everybody equally. I just don't like the fact of the way this country's gone since people have been taken over. But that's Yeah, it all changes. But a Watchman, everybody's allowed an opinion, right? So whether you like mine or not, I don't care. I mean, honestly, it's an opinion. I am an equal opportunity hater. That is correct, Ranger. Dude, this inflation has not just been from Biden and Obama. You got to keep in mind, guess who was in between those two guys? The guy that's your savior now, Trump. He was in between both of those guys. So really, you can't like if he was our savior then, he should have fixed it then. He didn't fix anything then. So like you can say what you're going to say, but you can't blame those two presidents. This has been an ongoing problem. It's probably been going on for over 30 years. It's been our problem. Obama was talking about it being a problem. I can actually probably bring you up stuff. I can probably bring up stuff that I could tell you that Bill Clinton was talking about it being a problem before even all that stuff. So you can't even say it was Obama and Biden. Come on now. We've been in trouble for a long, long time. Yeah, but it's not worrying about those guys at all. We're not worrying about what those guys do because those guys are already past presidents. We're still dealing with things that Bush Sr. put into play and Bush Jr. put into play. Keep in mind a lot of these things that we deal with them for 20, 30, 40, 50 years after they make all their plays. So for you to say that it's these specific people that are the problem that we're in now is really. Yeah, Jerry, that's 100% right. These problems have been around for way longer than I've been around, and most of the people in chat. So for somebody to blame it on two specific presidents is kind of absurd, in my opinion, but that's just what it is. My opinion. They can fix that. They can. But here we are. And if okay, so if you want let's go back. You want to blame Obama. Okay? Fine. So when Trump came into office after Obama, how come he didn't fix all the shit that Obama did that was wrong? He tried, he did do some stuff that he wanted to make some changes, but if Obama was the reason that we're in the hole that we're in now, Trump in his 4 years could have fixed that based off of your last words. But he didn't because Trump like he's proven it time and time again what he does. So I mean, like, I don't know how much more proof you need that he'll say one thing and do something completely different. That's just what he does. So you can't say that he's going to do this because that's what he said because he does exact opposite of what he says 90% of the time. I don't know if Fort Knox actually has any gold in it. Nobody knows until they actually complete the audit. Jerry, I went ahead and made you blue so you can pop around on people's channels too. Yeah, see, that's the thing is the gold in Fort Knox isn't all owned by us. It's owned by many other countries out there as well. So that was the whole kicker on being, there's a lot of things that are in play right now that your general public doesn't even realize. Let's see here. I mean, for me, that's more logical than cobwebs and closed for business sign. I understand, and I would hope. I mean, I would assume there's something there, but whether or not it's all gold, whether or not it's what it's supposed to be, can be completely different. I've seen the change in America in the 92 and then in 2008, and now YouTube puts this live stream in my feed. Only reason I'm checking it out. I appreciate you for hanging out and checking it out there, Watchman. It very well could be. It could be AU plated all kinds of stuff. It could be AU plated copper. Who fucking knows? Tungsten will be the closest to the weight, though, I believe. But when it comes to density and all that other stuff, that's why you find gold plated tungsten coins that are the knockoffs. But yeah, that would be a huge double whammy, wouldn't it, Ranger? Uh, Rob 2, DUMBS, Deep Underground Military Bases, had some gold and silver in them in the U.S. military found. That'd be great. We find gold that we didn't know we had. It'd be nice to actually know that we're supposed to have the gold we're supposed to have, though. Well, with Japan or with China and Japan making their plays on what they're doing with their own markets, you can look at the global markets and see that China's always higher than us. It's been trading higher than us for a long time. Anyone remember the Clinton metal drilled with holes scandal? Yeah, I do. The Genius Act, get everyone numbered in the U.S. Yeah, well, everybody already is numbered in the U.S. You're numbered because of your cell phone. So it's not like a lot of people don't realize, you walk around with a tracking device on you and you don't want to be on the grid. It makes no sense. Like, think about what we're talking about here. I'm familiar with that, and our current regime, it definitely lets you know that as well. I don't know, man. I would imagine that the reason that they charging that much on premiums is probably to compensate for the fluctuation of the silver price has been recently. They don't want to sell silver one day, have it jump up $10 and lose money, so they're charging the $18 premium so they can help compensate for some of that. In my opinion, that's what I would imagine. But I just know that we are in very unprecedented times. There's a lot of people in the financial world talking about a new global currency when it comes to blockchain and digital. Yeah, so Jerry, with China doing what they do, they produce 70% of the refined silver in the world, or 75% of the refined silver in the world. Uh, Rob, that could also have to do with the U.S. Mint stopped selling Eagles. They put a hold on Eagle sales right now, so you can't go to the U.S. Mint and buy Eagles. So that probably has to do with the premium as well. I completely believe you, and I trust that too, because my faith is in my physical silver also. But do keep in mind, I don't stack copper, but I have a shit ton of it just in case. I'll be looking to barter with my copper before I barter with my silver, if that is the case as well. It's like, you walk into a store There's no cash register. It's just a barter system. So I have some brass, not a lot though. Yeah, they just stopped making them. So you couldn't buy them if you wanted to either. Like you just can't buy them right now. They stopped production on them. So whether you have to go through an authorized dealer or not, you sure you can't buy a monster box on US Mint? Yeah. Well, thank you for teaching me something. But I do know they stopped production on them. I do know that for sure. So whether you can go there and buy them or you have to go to an official dealer, that's probably why you're seeing the 18% premium because they stopped making them and they don't want to lose money. When you sell silver, what should you receive per ounce in Washington State? It depends on who you're selling it to because you're not going to, it's not like you're going to get a formula. That's why it's always better to sell peer to peer. Like if you went to me in Everett, if you came to me in Everett and we drove to my guy in Linwood, I'd have to call him today to see what he'd be offering me. But I can tell you that I would have a better deal than you walking in without a relationship would. I can tell you that for sure. That's the whole benefit to building a relationship with an online dealer or with a LCS or not, whoever you're dealing with. You could have a salesman at an online dealer that might work out for you like that too, but I doubt it. They just normally deal with bulk stuff. They have rules and guidelines they have to stay within. Colorado coins, what's going on? Yeah, there's a few of them around here. I can tell you what's going on, Jason. I can tell you that if I go to Odyssey Coins, he's going to pay me less than if I go to the Coin Market LLC, which is going to give me a better deal. Yeah, I don't know if there's necessarily a monster box in each missile, but I couldn't honestly tell you, Ranger. I don't have enough coin to have even priced out a monster box, honestly. But I would imagine that if you're looking at $90 an ounce times 500, that's kind of what you're going to be looking at, plus whatever premium they do. I only deal with the owner at Odyssey. And I can tell you that he doesn't necessarily give the best deals out there. He'll act like he is, but at the end of the day, I can drive down the road at a pawn shop and get a very similar deal. So, and Ross at Odyssey Coins is a great guy. Don't get me wrong, and he's got to make money, but he's raped me a couple of times when I've gone in there. The first time I dealt with Ross when I went to go buy some gold and silver, I wanted to buy a 10-ounce bar and a 20 peso coin, which was a half ounce of gold. I priced it out with him. He wanted $1,900 for the pair. I went to JM Bullion right at his counter and said, I can get it for 15. What are we talking about here? I'm okay with that. I like to deal with people in general, Rob. So yeah, if you ever want to meet up, we can always grab a cup of coffee and talk metals and do some trading. I'm always down for some horse trading, always. You did? If you sent me an email and I didn't respond, it's because I didn't see it, Rob. Let me go into my email right now. It's opening. It's going to take a second. What kind of price does he have? My LCS will pay 250 over for you to buy 250 under to buy your silver. Yeah, I just have to call him. I mean, I haven't asked him what my recent prices would be because I haven't been in the market to sell anything. But when I do trade up, I will be trading to him. I'm looking right now, Rob. Look at that. Silver Dragons just posted that he finally traded silver for gold. Now, I have met some people, or I've talked to some people that I've actually met Silver Dragons, and apparently he isn't a small channel fan. He doesn't support the local small channels like most people do. I heard he he acts like he's too big. So, AAA, you taking off? All right, brother. I'll talk to you later. Have a good weekend, AAA. Hopefully you can stop by tonight at 3 o'clock your time. I'll be over on my channel where we'll be doing Bob's 500 sub giveaway. Jack Stacks, what's going on, brother? I didn't realize you weren't blue. Go ahead and made you blue right now. I know there's no words for goodbye. It's until I see you next time. I got you, AAA. Well, you guys, I've got a card shop waiting for me to come by and see what I can do about selling some of these cards, and I've taken care of an obligation or two of mine. So we're almost at an hour. First time on camera for a full hour on the stream. Hope you all like my ugly mug. I will see you all later around 4 o'clock my time. So I will tell you now to stack what you can where you can. Don't be afraid to add to your stack right now. I mean, you're going to have to buy less if that's what you got to do, but keep adding. It's all a matter of keeping adding to that stack, whether you have to go buy a couple of dimes, whether you got to buy a couple of quarters, just keep adding. I will mug us again soon. I told you I'm going to be bouncing around. You'll see more of my mug here soon enough. I told you it was going to take me getting good teeth in order to do it. So here we are. Have I considered purchasing Law Rand and putting a used trailer on it to save money on rent so you can stack more? Actually, Rob, I have. But that being said, I don't have any land I can move a trailer to. I can't afford a piece of land in that sense. So for me, if I were to able to do that, I have a place I could potentially go to, but the amount of gas I would spend wouldn't save me much money. Numismatics are in the play now. That could be. I have a lot of graded coins, so that very well could be. I could potentially get a piece of raw land, but I don't have 20 grand just lying around, Rob. But I will tell you that I could come up with $5,000 to buy a trailer and then park it on my fucking ex-girlfriend's property and then deal with that. Or I could live the happy life that I'm dealing with now. So sometimes a plan's possible, right? And you can execute it. But is it the right plan for you at the time? So I could execute that plan, but it's not the right plan for me. $20,000 would buy me a lot in BFE. I could buy 10 acres right now in Alaska for 20 grand. $1,500 times 12 equals 18,000. I know, but it's the upfront cost, Rob. It's the upfront cost. I don't have the upfront cost. So I get it. I understand what you're saying. Plus, you guys, I have 3 kids. I pay a lot of money in child support every month to support those 3 children. I buy them all the things that they need because unfortunately the other side doesn't quite do what they should. So I live on a single income. I pay a lot of money in child support. I pay all of my bills myself. I just things are easier on my own without having to deal with anybody. And until I can get in a position like that, I won't be able to do something like that. But it is a great thought. And trust me, I've thought about it multiple times. But, anyways, you guys, I'm going to end. I will see you guys in a few hours. Thank you for popping by. I'll talk to you all later. Rob, I'll look for your email right now. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you in a few hours. Later, y'all. FG, what's going on? You're popping by. I was just ending stream. I actually have the know-how that I could do that. I could do that. That's definitely something. Rob, I'm going to email you. I'll look for your email. You guys, I will see you all tonight in a few hours. 4 o'clock my channel for B&B Pay Dirts 500 sub giveaways, giving away gold pay dirts and silver, you guys. So make sure you stop by. I will see you all later. I'm out. I'm going to go turn some paper into silver if I can. I'll see you guys later. Bye.